When your main profession doesn't generate enough income, it's time to change it or find a part-time job. This seemed to be the advice followed by Adrien Broner when, in 2013, he was seen auditioning in the ring for a drama production, completely departing from the tough and powerful image that a boxer is accustomed to selling, even in their worst moments. Welcome, in Boxing Pure, we have for you a fight that is part of the most recent chapters in the history of boxing but has the necessary potential due to the events that occurred to be remembered for many more years. Get ready because the new theatrical performance, starring Adrien Broner, is about to begin. What's the name? Find out at the end. Danger Zone was the title assigned to the fight before its promotion, which was under the management of Golden Boys Productions and Leija-Promotions Battah, but it would change as it unfolded. With tickets ranging from $10 to $250, the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, managed to gather a massive crowd of over 11,300 people eager to witness a battle of titans. But they would receive a somewhat different product. Broner remained the favorite 5-1 in the betting odds for the fight that would mark his first defense of the welterweight title of the World Boxing Association. The events that unfolded on December 14, 2013, between the opening and closing bell of the fight, would lead the Ring magazine to label it as the surprise of the year in 2013. Maidana entered the ring with an impressive professional record of 34 victories, with 31 of them by knockout and only 3 defeats, proving to be a tough Argentine to beat. However, Broner came with the milestone of never having been defeated before, with 27 victories, 22 of them by knockout. His skills were not questioned, a fact that would change at the end of the bout. When the bell rang, Maidana came out determined from his corner, setting the pace for the fight by displaying a clear aggressive offensive that made Broner retreat until he collided with the ropes.
And he swarms Broner along the... Braces him with the right hand. Maidana off to a very quick start here.
The Argentine would become a true tormentor, giving his opponent no moment of peace to contemplate what was happening and plan a strategy to overcome him. Controversially, he could be seen grabbing Maidana by the neck or using his body to try to subdue him, showing the helplessness of not being able to counterattack.
Jabs to the body.
Maidana throwing off.
Maidana started without the jab, by the way. Oh, he was.
Maidana continues to walk Broner down. Broner catching a lot of those punches off his shoulder.
Broner would fall to the canvas for the first time in his career after a left hook at the beginning of the second round. Maidana had once again initiated the round with strong attacks that pushed him back to the ropes, but this time they weren't close enough to cushion the impact and keep him on his feet.
And there's the right hand lead by Maidana that sticks. Another right hand. Broner goes down for the...
Resuming the fight, the adrenaline rush for everyone present, doubly for the fighters, made Maidana slip, but it wouldn't prevent him from recovering and continue dominating Broner, exerting a level of pressure the boxer had never experienced before.
He's hurt bad. They might have to look at...
During the third and fourth rounds, Broner seemed willing to change the perspective of the fight, but facing a determined Marcos Maidana not willing to compromise the advantage gained through his decisive offense. It was clear that more than just willpower would be needed to achieve it. Broner's occasional attacks were easily absorbed by the Argentine's body, who, at his worst moment, was seen successfully attacking his opponent's body. Broner's confidence seemed to have abandoned him for the 5th and 6th rounds, continuously receiving powerful blows that gradually weakened his desire for conquest. He appeared more cautious and even fearful of engaging in close-range exchanges against Maidana.
Left hook by Broner, left hook to the body by...
Following every opportunity that seemed to open the way to attack the Argentine's body, Broner clung to the hope of not receiving another hook that landed on him with enough force to leave him once again lying on the canvas. No one present could deny that, by the 7th round, Maidana was setting the pace of the fight, while Broner did his best to keep up, attempting to stop him very occasionally.
Lawrence Cole doesn't have to decide this fight.
Minute 45 left in the 7th, another right cross by Broner. Maidana getting a...
But as he's showing these signs of fatigue, Broner's got to get big.
Maidana's fists would haunt Broner's worst nightmares, as if he were Freddy Krueger when, during the 8th round, they would send him, for the 2nd time in his career, to take a brief rest on the canvas. It would be another powerful left hook that seemed innocently thrown, without enough force, that made Broner lose stability in his legs and collapse. Walking around the ring, seemingly unable to believe what was happening, he signaled that he was ready to continue, risking being humiliated even more. Entangled in a clinch initiated by Broner's desire to subdue the Argentine, he ended up receiving a headbutt to the chin, unintentionally occurring as his opponent tried to break free, followed by a left hook. Broner would prove to be a great fan of Neymar Jr. by throwing himself on the canvas and starting to turn, writhing in pain, something that is forgivable on the soccer field but not in the boxing ring. The referee had no choice but to call for the evaluation of the attending doctor, who, in less than 5 seconds, would determine that the fight could continue. However, Broner seemed eager to showcase his acting skills, appearing seriously injured, holding onto the ropes, trying to gain time like a coward. With less than a minute remaining for the end of the round, when the fight finally resumed, Maidana showed no mercy for the mockery of a show his opponent had starred in.
He's protesting to Lawrence Cole. Maidana on the attack, though. With a nice move. You see that? Yeah, the kind of lateral move.
During the 9th and 10th rounds, it seemed as if Broner were a novice who had been thrust into the ring for Maidana to polish his skills. But far from being a trial by fire, the fighter, who now seemed destined to be a dramatic actor, continued to disappoint his fans after every second in which he decided not to withdraw from a battle he had already lost.
Maidana again beginning to pick up the pace, lands a left hand. Broner comes back with a left of his own. Has Maidana look at the unofficial scoring after 9 rounds. Good combination by Maidana.
1 second. Just as Broner stole time from the 8th round for his soap opera audition, we will take this moment to remind you that if you are enjoying our narrative, the best way to support us is by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, activating the notification bell. Now, let's see the outcome of this encounter. Entering the 11th round, Broner knew that the only strategy that could work for him was to stay on his feet until the end of the originally agreed upon 12 rounds. Without aggressively attacking the Argentine, he tried to appear as a good opponent by selling a firm stance that wavered every time Maidana decided to exert a little more pressure.
Work of the fight. Couple of right hands connect. Overhand right by Maidana, the counter.
Opening the 12th round, Broner only had to endure 3 more minutes of the fight for his first defeat not to be recorded by knockout, which would further tarnish this chapter of his history. Maidana, highly confident that he had worked his victory throughout the previous 11 rounds, made sure not to make any mistakes that could change the perspective of him as the one who had led the contest. With the bell announcing the end of the play titled Broner, in freefall, there seemed to be a clear winner. However, the judge's decision could benefit the champion who had not been knocked out. With the decision categorized as unanimous, uncertainty began to mix with the hopeful illusion in Broner's corner of being declared winners. Breaking their dreams, Broner added his first defeat to his professional record thanks to the great performance provided by the Argentine Marcos Maidana, who crowned himself as a new champion after demonstrating what it meant to be a true exponent of the discipline. As soon as the decision was announced, Broner left the ring without being interviewed or taking the time to have the courteous gesture of congratulating his opponent after the long and dramatic contest. Showing his discontent, fans began to boo and throw drinks at Broner as he made his way back to the locker room. Later, the boxer would express regret for losing his fan base after the show, acknowledging that the mistake was his. On the other hand, Maidana expressed openness to a rematch, although it was known that there was no clause pointing to such an event in the contract. However, it had been such a high-drama fight that developing a sequel even from those early moments made the most sense. Now that you know the outcome of this encounter, when do you think Broner lost all chance of winning the fight? We look forward to reading your comments.